Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview condos. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're all trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. She's a ninja. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? Oh god, she's really lonely. Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know that feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try hold it all in, you're gonna pop. That is absolutely true. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the store. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that. I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? I totally get it. It's like moving is usually not a big problem for adults, but it's really, really difficult for children, which is absolutely understandable.
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
Yeah. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Are we supposed to feel sad for them now or laugh at them for being silly? I have no idea. Well, I wouldn't say you have to feel sad for them, but feel like that you understand the situation they're in and that they feel frustrated about all of that. It doesn't need to go into sadness. I don't think it's silly because think about it. You go through life and you will encounter many situations and people that literally make you feel frustrated. It doesn't matter what it is. Like you have a job that you work because you need the money, but you actually hate the job or the people there. And to some degree, at some point, you just feel like, why? Why is this happening to me? You feel frustrated about it and you don't really know what to do because you're not gonna go out and suddenly start to beat people up with a baseball bat. You can, but no, you should not because that's not gonna help. This is gonna only make your situation worse as for the situation of others. So when you feel frustrated, it's easier to find a solution to deal with it in some form that doesn't harm anyone else. So it's one of the things when I say like, I rather have people who getting angry or feeling frustrated to go and play a video game, be it an online video game, be it a single player video game where you like, I don't know, play Doom. Get your anger out. Let it all out on virtual enemies. Get that frustration out. Or whatever. Don't yell at people in online games, but like, use it as a valve of your anger and frustration. Because usually it's also helpful to just scream all your stuff out, as silly as it may seem in the beginning, but it helps. It's the same thing when you feel frustrated and you literally want to punch someone or something just because you don't know what else to do. And then punch your freaking pillow, punch your bed, as long as it doesn't like kill you in the end. Like you're not gonna get killed by a pillow or bed, but basically like don't punch a wall and break your bones and your fist just because you punched a wall. I mean, if you live in America, you can punch a wall because every wall is made of paper thin wood. So all you get is a hole in the wall. So feel free to do that, but otherwise, don't do it. You're laughing about that, but I can tell you, like, at one point I was so frustrated and angry about something that I literally punched the glass of a watch, of a big wall watch we had at home, and I broke the entire glass in front of it. And then I had the fun times of picking out glass shards out of my knuckles while pretending that something else happened there and it was an accident that it got broken, and not like show my parents that I literally punched it and was like having a bleeding fist, a bleeding hand. Stupidly enough, they were like coming home while I was busy picking out glass shards out of my hand. So I get it. Like, I understand but it's more like the thought of like people get frustrated and you have to deal with it at some point. Like not everybody can just think about it and brush it aside or just saying sweet things and like, yeah, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. Sometimes it's good to just let the emotions out, even if it's just yelling, if it's punching something that doesn't hurt you back. Play a video game and let your frustrations out there, whatever. Or some people just go and run. Like, just do sports and run and something to get that out. So it's not wrong. But yeah, yelling is usually more difficult because, like, if you would be at home and start yelling around and you have neighbors, you might giving them the wrong impression. So yeah, I think this is like one of the last choices I would pick if ever dealing with frustration. So yeah. Thanks. I needed that. I also needed this quiet, this silence. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Roller at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
And it's completely fine if someone is not. It's completely fine if you don't understand certain feelings and situations. That's fine. I mean, you can take me. For me, the topic of death is something I take completely different than other people. Like, other people get very emotional when it comes to death. I'm not. Not because I don't care, I just deal with it in a complete different way. Hey Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a cheesy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The documents stipulated that Harris had to take on a child as her ward. Okay. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. I don't remember who Solomon was. Oh, yeah, that kid, right. So, Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source. Luca? Kinda true. Punched through the wall, actually, as I was angry because of some homework I could not do. Was a kind of wall made from art paper or whatever it is. I've got the name in English. Plaster stone? Also known as gypsum? It's probably that what you mean? As long as there's not a solid wall behind that, you can easily punch through something like that, yes. The shrooms are glowing. Let's eat them. We cannot eat the shrooms. I'm disappointed. I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Use this? No. Yeah, gypsy carton. But gypsy is not what you mean. She's still reading at night? Also, she's sitting here and it rained. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens. This is no time for fractured friendships. I think she is always like spoilering things that are going to happen. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir? Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at the perennial harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Hehe. I'm in danger. I hate the hyena, to be honest. I mean, I like the hyena for this typical character. The personality of the hyena is like, yeah, you are really not a nice person. For that, I like the hyena. But love, Let's check on here if we can catch something new. Yeah, pungent.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Oh, some fish want to be already herbed before they get cooked. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a continuous relationship with me, with time. We'll keep it here, in case he ever wants to pick it up. Okay. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? Oh no, he's self-projecting. I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
Rain helped me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, That storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? It's a beer. She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You would like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she would make new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were off making new friends? Wow. Do you want to be more of an asshole than you already are at this moment? It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you took so long. The storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. Jesus, calm down. Rolo has some problems, and I get it, considering what we have seen so far from the family. But this is not okay. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response.
Justifiably so.
Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. No, he's not. You don't care about me. I'm self-reflecting. Yeah, I know. I'm absolutely aware of that. I know. But you know, the thing is this, when kids have problems with their families, they often do this kind of thing. Where they're actually self-projecting a lot, like very much so. And it leads to stupid situations like this one. Like, I get it, and I know, but at the same time, it's like, you're not helping this situation. Of course I care, you ass! I knew I would get in trouble waiting for you. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. Because that's what friends do. And he's also here and kept his word. Oh, wow. What a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. See? Self-projecting. He's getting always in trouble if he doesn't follow the rules. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend. And he's not wrong.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. No, it didn't. Stop quoting your past nonsense like it means anything. Yeah. Well, at least my Pa is still around. Wow. Way to go.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Oh yes, you did.
But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it. Well, that's gonna make a fun conversation later.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
It's a ball. Rollo. What the jerk? Call me a bad friend? Oh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Now he's self-projecting. See, this is a better version of dealing with frustration. Is there an achievement for kicking around the ball? This game has not many achievements. 11 actually. He's pretty good. He didn't break anything yet. It's interesting. I'm wasting your time. Anyway. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Weep. Hookah?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Hookah? Are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. Oh, delicious oatmeal. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Instantly gets up. Yeah, depresso. I bet Roller's still gonna go to the festival. And so can you. He's gonna be miserable. There it is. The next stage.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca! I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So, your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it would do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out.
You know, she's right. It's like, in case of depresso, go outside. It will help. Lucas, okay, I'm not gonna go step.
Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
I hate confronting situations and solving problems. It sucks. Stupid problems and solving them. Bah! Who needs problems anyway? There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. So there is an achievement. Is there?
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Oh god, here we go. The complete first volume! Oh my god! It's 2 pages.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art.
Amazing.
Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often.
Who knows?
Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck. Maudwill? Like the Madwill? I know it's not spelled like that. She said you met yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Oh, she is. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? ... I will be honest. I want to see a real life situation where this comes up and you have like no words for it. But instead of just being silent, you literally just say ... Can I come in? This is also my bedroom. I can come in. Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon.
Happens.
He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close.
Gosh, I'm so glad that problems solve themselves if you stop thinking about them.
Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source.
The source. The source engine.
Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire.
Nice.
Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
Not nice.
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
It's one way to turn a thing.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar. As if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Lucas staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? Then it certainly achieved something, if it does it. No, dear. Get it? It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? Don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Here, I made you some depresso. Whatever you and Rolo thought about doesn't matter. But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No, he was just mad. Hmm? And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. She's absolutely right. Except now get your little butt out of your bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I disagree, but okay. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them.
Mm-hmm.
Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Yay! Now it becomes personal. There you are. Luca. Rolo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
It's the typical sister situations like, oh great, my brother's problems become my problems, and now I become the middle person of their problems. Ugh. And I get it. She has all the right to be pissed about that. Because it sucks being the middleman. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Wow, that's the worst way of saying like, meet me at the treehouse. Roxy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. haven't uncovered the sign yet. Oh no. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an Exodia, I choose you. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked 'em. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. Town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. And this season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year's. You said it. She has like no opinion or anything. She just like, yeah, not agree. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade and the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fitz, I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade, is all. I mean, she has a point. You can always be angry and sipping some delicious drink. Oh look! Some questions? Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. And the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal, which will be funny because it's a prank. You don't wanna miss it? At least I don't get questions. How are you doing, Mr. I'm such a nice person? Unique New York. Unique New York. What? What is it? Huh? Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
This is natural. Gotta limber up the old gap box. Whatever a gap box is. You nervous? Oh, heavens, no. Well, break a leg. No, seriously, break a leg. Give me the gift of something. Ain't moving. Right, this is the timeline where he's not doing badly. Ha 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 ha! Every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Such a lovely kid.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Anyway, it's probably an achievement to stand there for a minute. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't feel like it. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We have a brain reading machine here which you can put on. Well, strive to improve. Nope. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about the perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. What party? All they did putting up some balloons and those things. Nothing to spoil this time? Aww. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about. But I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Look how backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True. For real. So what you got in there? Books. I bet your favorite soup is lettuce soup. Hiya, Luca. How's Griffin doing? I don't know. I don't belong to the Griffins. What? Oh, nothing.
Sorry all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. I'm confused. Oh, here we go again. I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. It's all about me! Me! I've got a question for you. What do you think of this whole festival is for? What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figured it, perennial harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? What is a shindig? What in the heck is a shindig? This is the second time I've seen this word. Shindig. Shindig was an American musical series. What? I don't think this is the meaning of this. The meaning of shindig is a social gathering with dancing. Okay. I never heard this word before. Special shindig for a super secret guest of honor. Special guest? Who? Mark. I haven't dug that deep yet. But whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. PH or HP? L. Okay, it's closed. Hey, Luca. So you're done at El Biblioteca. Huh? Oh, wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. Thank you for spoiling. Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? What is incorporation? That they have no corporations in the village? A lot of people don't know that. Why would you know that? Wow, yeah, I didn't know. ... What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines. How old is this fox? The water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. I'm actually the CEO of Beacon Pines. Look, I get it. Yeah, it's like that's the only explanation I will accept, that this kid has knowledge of those words and things. Like, what is this? Is it a kid? Is this fox a kid? Or is this just a fox adult that just loves hanging out in kids' clothing? Like, what the fluff? Numerical values. High-end math. El Biblioteca. Somewhere quiet. Yeah, I know. This really long word from a movie. I know where I have to go. I'm just curious. That's why I'm going here again. Interesting enough, the whole puddle here is gone. Just break into the house. It's not that difficult. Be a kid. Do crimes. Be crimes. Hey, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
Oh god, here we go. I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Hooray. Joyous me. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Yes, I did. Roller does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Oh no. On planet Farpole you may take issue when the fifth king dies. You'll need a tissue. Tissue? Okay, Why does this side of Rollo exist? Like he's such a klutz? And suddenly he became like sophisticated and is like, I'm the Riddler from Batman.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. I'm gonna drag this into a dark place. I could break your legs and make you tell me.